Hi everyone. Over the weekend in San Francisco, it got really hot. Every once in a while this happens and native San Franciscans aren't used to it because San Francisco's not supposed to be hot. And if it's not gray, cold, or windy, how else am I supposed to be depressed about current social issues I have no control over? Here are my 5 tips on a sunny day in San Francisco. Tip number 1. When you're going outside, always wear sunscreen. You'll still be able to tan while lowering the risk of sun damage. My cousin Joseph bought this sunscreen for me at the local liquor store. It's created by the Garland brand. They make many different chemicals, which just so happens to be our sponsor today. Oh my god, it burns. Oh shoot. Oh, damn, Joseph. Tip number 2. When it gets really hot, you have to find ways to cool down. What I like to do is put a wet towel on my face. See, in this way, I can feel really good and I can cool down a lot easier. Tip number 3. When it's hot and sunny outside, the ladies always appear. What you want to do is talk to them. But, a guy like me is kind of scrawny, so what I like to do is I like to press my biceps against my chest. That way it makes it look a lot bigger, and then I talk to them, like both of them. Sup, girl? You like guns? Well, I got 2 untraceable weapons ready to be sold to inner city youth. Tip number 4. Eat ice cream. Now, this might sound simple, but you want to eat the ice cream that best suits you. There's so many different kinds out there, like gelato, ice pops, mochi. My favorite is the Ben & Jerry's ice cream, inspired by Jeremy Lin. You know, the one with fortune cookies broken into it? It tastes like racism. And always have water fights. Water fights are really fun. Many people like using hoses, fire hydrants, super soakers. My favorite is the water balloon, because then I could write really witty things on them, such as sperm. Well, that wraps up today's episode, but before I go, I just want to give a shout out to Samuel's restaurant in San Francisco's Chinatown. It's one of the oldest restaurants in San Francisco, and it recently closed. I used to go to this place after comedy shows, and I'm sad that it's closing down, but understanding that it needs to close down because of the numerous health violations and just the poor taste of the food. But you don't go to Samuel's restaurant for the food, you go there for the adventure. Well, thank you very much. I've been Edwin Lee, and I hope these tips will help you have fun on a sunny day in San Francisco. This episode was sponsored by the Garland Brand Company. Eco-friendly, no matter how impractical or dangerous.